Oh man, I've been out of the garden for a few days. Things have gotten so bad. Some of my ladies got so underwater, I gotta trash all of them. Get rid of these girls, man. It's a complete mess right now, man. I'm so dang upset, man. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another Homebrew Seed to Harvest series. What's good, y'all? We back for another episode, guys, and yeah, we were out of the garden for a few days, and unfortunately, we ran into a little bit of an underwatering problem, but we were able to bring the girls back. We're in flowers, so it's obviously not ideal. We're gonna show you guys when things can be really tragic and when you can get by with a little bit of an underwatering issue. These girls, we were always gonna get rid of, but some of these ones in here, these are where we need to pay attention to, guys, because some of the leaves got a little bit frazzled. Things are looking so droopy. When I popped into the tent, I was like, oh my gosh. But guys, we're going to show you guys everything today. So smash that like, watch the video all the way through, because at the end, I'm going to show you guys a very easy, not so secret tip that you guys can use to level up your dry and make sure you get the best quality flower possible. Now, without further ado, guys, these flowers do still smell great, but let's get them out of here and have a closer look at them. So let's go, guys. Oh man, underwatering sucks. Warning, this video is for scientific and educational documentary purposes only. We do not sell anything.
A few moments later.
What's up, guys? We are back. We've been out of the garden for a little while. You guys haven't seen us in the garden for about a week, but we got a lot of things to go through today. We're actually going to harvest a few plants. Since we're out of the garden, I had my missus try to water the plants for me, but she was not feeling too well, so we missed a couple waterings, and the ladies, they weren't looking too good. So we're gonna check in, see what's good. Since I popped back, I've been getting them watered, getting them back moist, but some of the damage that was caused, we weren't able to recover from. But it's all good, because we're pretty much at the end of flower. So it's not detrimental, it's not gonna affect anything. We're actually literally at the end of flower. I was gonna harvest before I flew out, but I figured I'd harvest when I get back, just give it a couple extra days to stack up, bulk up, and for those trichomes to change a little bit. But here we are. We're gonna pop into the garden, show you guys what's good. We got tons of beautiful ladies in here, different colors, and we're gonna be doing a few things when it comes to drying as well, because we're gonna get these ladies chopped down, have a look at them. We got the Hulk's breakfast, we got the pea gushers, we got the Tahoe cross, we got so many things. So let's just go and get straight on into it, guys. Alright, Joe, so here we are right now in the garden, and like I told you guys, we got a few different ladies in here, but we had a little bit of a watering issue, because when we were out, the ladies got underwater. They were so dehydrated. When I got back, I looked into the tent, all the leaves were drooping down on pretty much every single girl in here. So it was a little bit of a crazy time, and I know it's my fault. I did not have a drip irrigation system set up. I thought that my girl would be able to water for me, but she was really feeling a little bit ill and was not able to get into the garden and do the watering, except for one day. She did it one day, so shout out to her, because if not, then everything could have been 10 times worse. Now what we're going to do is show you guys, we got the Tahoe ready to be cut down. This is that cross with that platinum by In-House Genetics. Absolutely beautiful girl. We also got the Hulk's breakfast right in the back here. This is the strain that I created myself. You guys can see how really nice and purple she's gotten. She's gotten super purple. Now I did push these ladies. A lot of the times I push my harvest a little bit further than most people probably would. Now that said, what I do also want to mention is that this tent is really dry, because we're out here in Colorado. It's really dry, but it's also pretty freaking cold. So when I was checking my temps when I got back, the temps in the tent were about 15 degrees Celsius. That's about however much degrees Fahrenheit this is, because I'm a Celsius guy. But the truth be told, a really dry environment and a really cold environment can cause your pots to dry out super quick. And a lot of people know that a lot of times when you drop your temps in flower, some of those colors can really come out. That's why this Hulk's breakfast, I think, has gotten so purple. So purple. It's probably like the purplest thing I've seen all year. Super purple. So we're gonna get into all these, take them out of the tent, harvest them, show you guys up close. But before we do that, I gotta shout out Mars Hydro, because these lights are banging, man. I've been running the FT6500. I got the newer version over here, I got the older version over here, and they are banging. They are amazing lights. And I actually got the supplemental lights set up right here as well, so you guys can see they literally sit down in between your existing lights. So no matter what type of lights you have, you can add these supplemental lights to your system. Now these supplemental lights don't stay on all the time. They only kick on at certain periods. I've actually got a whole video on UV IR supplemental lighting, so definitely check that out, and you guys will get a lot of information when it comes to these UV supplemental IR lights. You guys can see over here we got a little bit of the red spectrum. It's actually looking pretty nice, pretty cool. And over here we got a little bit of the blue spectrum. So all in all, these lights are absolute bangers. And in your flower tent, you definitely want to have some awesome lights, because we all know that in flower, that's where all the magic happens, baby. Now all that said, let's hop in and have a look at these girls, see how they're doing after they were literally dying of thirst. They were so dang thirsty, guys. I literally wish I took a video of it, because when I popped open the tent, I saw those leaves drooping down. I was like, oh my God, I gotta water these babies. I didn't even think to grab my camera and get some footage and show you guys, but things weren't looking good. But you guys can still see some of the effects of the underwatering, because it was really severe underwatering. So let's hop in and show you guys exactly how that looks.
Yeah, had to upgrade from my regular ways. Shorty, she see that I'm on. Already know that I'm paid. I've been a beast, I just got off the leash and I'm breaking right out of the cage. She wanna hop on the wave. Told her to hop on my face. It's too late for that. The way you be acting now, need to find a place for that. Gave you a part of my heart, I wish I could take it back. Wish I could take it back. If we just facing facts, showing love is too late for that. Showing love is too late for that.
Alright, y'all, so let's step on into the flower tent and show you guys what's good. We got tons of different shades in here, but let's start off with the Hulk's Breakfast. The Hulk's Breakfast down to the back, super purple. It looks amazing, beautiful. You guys can see just how frosty it is. There are tons of trichomes on this, but the thing is, guys, like I said, it was underwatered, and the leaves have literally started to show a little bit of signs of that underwatering. So it seems like it's a little bit frazzled, right? That's because the leaves have literally been dehydrated to the point where they were so flaccid, and then they will fill back up. Now this is something that you'll notice on a lot of the plants that we got in this tent right now. The leaves look a little bit mangled. Now if you guys have ever had a severe case of underwatering and then you get back in and you water your plants, the plants make it, you may notice that some of the leaves remain looking mangled just like this. Now this is something that's unavoidable. A lot of the times if it's a severe case of underwatering, the leaves actually will not return looking to normal. So that's exactly why I mentioned that in this situation, this specific situation, because we're so close to the end of flower, it's not as bad of an issue as if we were early on in flower or if we were even in veg. If we were early on in flower, this could be a really traumatic issue for all our plants. But thankfully, all of the bud development has already begun to stack on. A lot of the flowers are already pretty sizable and literally ready to harvest, including this Hulk's Breakfast. Super purple, looks amazing, but again, it had a little bit of an issue. You guys can see some of these leaves down here. These are how the leaves are supposed to look. Proper, happy, healthy. But when you do run into issues with overwatering or even nutrient burn, sometimes nutrient burn can manifest itself and look a little bit like this, but those are severe cases of nutrient burn. And again, guys, we don't hide anything from you guys on this channel. We show you guys everything. That's why you guys need to subscribe, smash that like button down below, and drop a comment. Let me know if you guys have ever underwatered your plants. I know tons of people overwater, but have you guys ever underwatered? It's not something I do often. I think I've only underwatered once, where I actually lost a plant, but this time it was not my fault. Maybe it was because I didn't set up a drip irrigation, something or whatever, but all in all, it happens, and it can happen to the best of us. So drop it down below and let me know if you've ever underwatered, and if you have you had any leaf symptoms like this? And if you have, how did you get over it? Did your plant not make it, or did it make it? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Now right here we got that Tahoe OG crossed with the Platinum. Now this is a beautiful plant, guys. You guys can go back to some of the past Seed to Harvest series episodes and you guys will see how beautiful this plant looks. It still looks and smells great, but some of the leaves do show a little bit of signs of discoloration and a beautiful autumn fade, like serious fall colors coming out here. Again, because I pushed this plant really far, simply because I like a lot of those amber trichomes. I like the couch lock feel, so I push a lot of my plants. It's something that I just tend to do. Now don't worry about these leaves. Like a lot of people might say, oh my gosh, those leaves are fading, that does not look good, but that's just a natural part of the plant cannibalizing itself. So in a situation, guys, where you're underwater or you're out of the grow room for quite some time, if you're not feeding your plants, if you're not watering your plants will begin to cannibalize itself. And what that means is that it sucks all the nutrients from within it and it starts to eat itself from the inside out. But also when your plant's at the end of its life cycle, when it's getting close to harvest, it naturally shows a lot of those fall and fade colors. So right here is a perfect example of the Tahoe OG. You guys can see it's got a lot of fade, a lot of autumn colors. It looks like it's literally fall in the tent right now. But the flowers themselves are pretty sizable and they're pretty big and they're pretty solid too. Like I'm squeezing this and there's no give, guys. This is a solid nug. It's a solid nug. Just like this Hulk's breakfast, another solid nug. So we only deal with solid nugs over here, guys. If they ain't solid nugs, I don't want it. No diddy. Now over here, guys, we got the London pound cake. This is a really big girl, as you guys can see. She's pretty tall, but she's also showing a little bit of those signs from that underwatering issue that we had. So literally all these plants in here right now are showing you minor symptoms of the underwatering issue. Thankfully, they have made it. They're pushing through, and that is great. But I'm just not really happy with how some of these leaves have been turning out, looking a little bit mangled because of that issue. So all in all, we're going to push through with all these ladies. Like I said, I'll show you guys everything on the channel, because if you guys run into issues like this, I want to show you guys that it happens and how you guys can bounce back from it. But here we are.
8:01 p.m.
Alright, y'all, so right here we got that pea gushers, and this pea gushers is a really nice one too. It's smelly, it's got some nice colors, it just looks great. It's also got some nice trichome bills on it. It's a little bit of a pity that it got a little bit of that underwatering issue, but for the most part the flowers themselves look absolutely gorgeous and they smell great too. So I have no doubt that these are going to taste amazing, and the underwatering issue is not going to affect that final product as much as one may think. Now I just wanted to show you guys down here on the pea gushers, we got a small nug down at the bottom, but it's pretty heavy. So much so that it's pretty much super cropped this branch on its own. It's like bent over. Isn't that crazy? The pea gushers, man, it's a nice one. This went out to all iCan VIP Bean Club homies. And speaking of you iCan VIP Bean Club homies, we got tons of new genetics going out to all VIPs. We also got some custom Champions of Frost Cup growth bags that you guys can grab. These are all for the iCan VIP Bean Club homies. We got packages already packaged up, ready to go out. All these are packaged up and ready to go out, so you guys join up. These are some of the new crosses. They won't be around long. This is that chill guy. Definitely grab it. We got some FEMs going out as well, but you don't want to miss out on this drop, so make sure you guys tap in so you guys can get in on some of the fun. And we got tons of other genetics as well. We got some seedsman gear here. We got some fast buds, all different types of stuff, so definitely tap in and don't miss out, because these packages are going out right now. Now this chill guy is a heavy indica leaning strain. It will give you that couch lock, and if you're looking to melt into that couch and become a chill guy, then you ain't got no choice but the chill. Alright y'all, now before we get into harvesting some of those other ladies, let's show you guys what we harvested a couple weeks back. This is the pastries A and pastries B pheno. You guys would remember the pastries A and pastries B. We got them drying. They're hanging for about 14 days. As you guys can see, we left all the plant matter on there, all the moistures, left a lot of these fan leaves and sugar leaves, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Now some people go and do the branch snap technique. This branch is still not snapping. I haven't heard a snap. Some people say go a little bit closer to the bud. But still, you just heard a little snap right there, just a small snap. The snap is not necessarily an ideal indicator for me, simply because I prefer to go in and just feel my buds. Now I don't overly squeeze them, I just give them a little touch. If it feels like it's really dry and not moist, then I know I'm getting close. And the beautiful thing about doing it this way is that some flowers dry at different speeds than others. Smaller flowers and lower down may dry at different speeds than bigger buds higher up. So it's always a good idea to just feel them individually, feel a few of them, and see how they are. Now sometimes you may get the branch snap like I mentioned. With smaller branches like that one, you heard a snap, you'd actually snap clean off. But with bigger branches, you may not get the snap, you may get a bend. So that's why I always feel my flowers, feel them just in case, so I always get the most accurate representation of the flower themselves. And you guys can see we left all the plant matter on there, and it slowed down the dry a whole lot. These have been drying for about 14 days and they're pretty much ready to pop into jars. But I do want to slow down my dry just a little bit more. These have dried just a little bit faster than I would have liked, but all in all, I'm going to show you guys a great way that you guys can slow down your dry at the end of this episode. But let's go and harvest some of those other ladies, because we got some more plants.
Every day and then go. It's my fault cause I can't let you go. I was good when you leave, I feel low. Up at night thinking about if you call. Take my heart every day and then go. It's my fault cause I can't let you go. I was good when you leave, I feel low.
Alright y'all, so here's that Tahoe cross. It looks really nice. Even with the underwatering, it still looks great, smells great, and the flowers themselves look amazing. They got tons of trichomes stacking on there, and like I said, the size of the flowers, they're actually pretty decently sized. They're pretty large. So guys, you can definitely recover from an underwatering issue later on in flower a lot easier than earlier on in flower, and I'm personally loving the smells on these. Now, like I said, the fan leaves may not look the best. Some of them have some of those fall colors, discolorations, all that stuff. But the true test is the flower. How is it going to smell? How is it going to taste? How does it look? How is it going to be after drying and curing? And I'm confident that these buds are going to be amazing after drying and curing. The colors, the taste, the terps, everything. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to slow this dry down a little bit more so we can retain a lot of that taste and terps. So this is the Tahoe OG Cross of the Platinum. We're about to chop this baby down and get her hung up in the dry room, and we're gonna also bring the Hulk's breakfast. So let's go grab the Hulk's breakfast and see how it compares to this Tahoe OG in terms of the color and the bud size. Man, these flowers are so sticky and dense, guys. Like, these are so dense. Like, sometimes people say they want golf ball size nugs. I've actually got a golf ball from Pop Stroke, shout out to the homies, and this nug is definitely a golf ball size nug. It's hiding fully behind this and you cannot see it. The flower is bigger than the golf ball. That's what we're talking about, guys. We want some big flowers. That's what we're talking about. Even the smaller nugs are the exact same size as the golf ball. So we got some big nugs on the Tahoe OG. Golf ball size nugs literally takes up the entire ball.
20 minutes later.
Alright guys, so what we got right here is that Hulk's breakfast. Super purple, fat nugs, fat flowers, looks amazing. The plant itself looks beautiful. It was not affected as badly as some of the other ladies with the underwatering issue, and that's a testament just to how strong this plant is, how strong this girl is, how great the genetics are. The parents for this strain have been an awesome pairing. This is the Bruce Banner crossed with the French Toast, the real Bruce Banner that I got from Dark Horse Genetics himself in person. So no fake white label genetics. This is the real deal. Now you guys can see, super purple, smells amazing. We got some nice orange hairs on here because we pushed this girl, like I said, so we can get the couch lock effect. I'm really trying to get that narcotic couch lock effect, but it looks amazing, guys. Check this out. Beautiful plant. It's leaning all to one side because those flowers are so heavy. Even though we've got a few stakes up in here that we've been using to stake this girl up. So when I just showed you guys some of the Tahoe OG buds that were like really golf ball size, I think that these actually take it a step up. Because real talk, some of these flowers are definitely gone past the golf ball size nugs. They may not be as big as the baseball, but they're definitely bigger than the golf ball. So just for a little size comparison. Now similarly, as we always do, guys, what we're going to do is harvest this plant at the base, leave all the plant matter on there, and hang it up. We're going to hang it up using this little clothes hanger hook thing. Really easy way to hang your plants up. You can also use super inexpensive things like clothes hangers. But before we actually get in here and cut this plant down, what we're going to do is show you guys exactly how these nugs look up close, especially out of the tent and under some natural light. So let's get in close and have a look at some of these beautiful nugs.
Pull up to door, my lover. Do what I want, I'ma do it forever. Yeah, I want it on
Now one thing I did notice, guys, that these nugs are all massive. They're super solid, super stiff. They're massively solid nugs. Now that is beautiful. I love that. I'm like, guys, I'm squeezing this right here and there's no give at all. Even with some of these other nugs, you guys can see they look literally almost like cereal. It looks like Lucky Charms, Fruity Loops, some type of Cocoa Pebbles. I don't know. It just looks really, really good. But this Hulk's breakfast is absolutely amazing. The nugs are fat, super solid, and guys, look at the amount of stickiness on this. Trichome bills are out of this world. Crazy trichome bills. Now this flower has gotten a little bit more purple than some of the other Hulk's breakfast phenos that I've ran, and that is probably down to the temps that I've ran in the flower tent. Like I mentioned, the flower tent was getting down to 15 degrees Celsius. That is pretty cold, and a lot of you guys would know that in lower temps you do bring out a lot of those colors. I'm talking purple colors, and anthocyanins come out, and that is really what changes the pigment in your flowers to that really beautiful color. So lot of these flowers, guys, these flowers are looking really nice. They're really heavy, really sizable, and the whole plant is leaning to one side just because those nugs are all so big. The whole plant's leaning to one side, but it really does look good nonetheless. And like I said, these parents really make this strain a beauty. Now guys, we ain't got much of these left. We only got about 12 packs left, so definitely grab them, because when they're gone, you may not be able to grab them again. But man, this looks and smells amazing, guys. Look at these beautiful colors. It's purple, it's solid, it's hard, it's dense. No larf, no popcorn nugs, no airy flowers. iCan Organics has got you the rock hard, dense nugs. You can literally throw this at someone and knock them out. It's so hard and so dense. Man, amazing. The size of the flowers are great too. We got so many beautiful buds everywhere on this. Amazing. So guys, don't snooze on them, but let's harvest these babies. It's about time to get them drying next to these other girls.
A few minutes later.
Alright peeps, so as you guys know, we usually cut these plants down at the base, leave all the plant matter on there, harvest them just like that so it slows down the dry quite a bit, and we hang them to dry. Now I'm going to just remove all the stakes real quick because we had to stake this plant up. The buds were so big they were flopping everywhere. Let's go ahead and cut this plant down and hang it to dry. So easy as that, we've just cut the entire Hulk's breakfast down. A beautiful plant, really nice colors in these flowers like I was telling you guys, man. I'm so stoked about this. But really simple, I'm going to just grab one of these little S hooks. We're going to hang them up, and simple as that. There we go. Perfect. Now, y'all, we're just going to pop back into the flower tent real quick and harvest that Tahoe OG cross to the platinum. We're literally going to do the same thing, chop her down at the base. So just like last time, we're just going to chop this girl down to the base. She's a beautiful girl, and this Tahoe OG cross smells great. I'm going to cut her down and get her hung up, ready to dry. But as you guys can see, beautiful plant. So guys, now that we got this Tahoe OG harvested as well, we're simply going to hang her up right here as well and get all these ladies into the dry room. Now we got two plants on here, the Tahoe as well as the Hulk's breakfast, and both of these we need to put in a climate controlled environment so we can get the long slow dry, but also preserve a lot of our terps, our flavor, and our taste, so that when we get to sampling, we're sampling something that actually tastes good and not something that tastes like hay or old trash. Bruh. So let's get these into the spare magic bathroom, and let's show you guys how we're going to set up that brand new humidifier to slow this dry down, because out here it's super dry and no one wants a super fast dry. So let's go.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Now y'all, this could be one of your secret weapons in your arsenal when it comes to drying. A humidifier or a dehumidifier, depending on your environment, is a very useful tool. Now this Mars Hydro 5-liter humidifier is a really great option. It comes with a remote controller, a Y connector, some extra flexi cables and tubes so you can connect it directly into your grow space or whatever space you're running in, and some Velcro elastic cables. Now all through that nifty remote control, you can adjust the level of mist, set the timer to turn on automatically or turn off automatically, adjust the humidity with the included probe sensor, and what's really neat is that you can turn the LED display on or off so that the light doesn't bother your plants during the dark period. Now with all humidifiers, guys, it's always better to use distilled water as opposed to regular water to avoid any buildup of minerals, nutrients, or deposits. Now humidifiers are a really useful tool to have in your grow arsenal, especially if you guys are running things from seed all the way to harvest, because this is something you can use in the seedling stage. A lot of people also use it in veg just to maintain optimal humidity, and also when it comes to drying. When it comes to drying, it's one of the most important stages right before you sample your product. All your hard work can go down the drain if your environmental controls are not dialed in and that RH is too low. If the RH is too low, you can dry too fast and end up with hay smell, and this is a really cool way to make sure you don't end up with hay smell just by increasing that humidity. Alright y'all, so here we are, we in the bathroom. This is where we hang and dry our plants. It's a really nice climate controlled environment. You guys know it's the full bathroom, the full shower, the toilet is clean. It just got a little rim around it, but it's clean. We ain't doing no dookies in here, guys. No diddy, but the main important thing is that this is a climate controlled environment. I got a little central AC unit, so it really has a lot of climate control benefits to this little bathroom. I also got my thermometer, and you guys know it's super dry out here in Colorado. bottle. Right now it's measuring in at 50% in here, but it's usually around 20, so it's usually hella freaking dry. But what I do want to show you guys is that we got something in here that should help to slow down our dry process a lot. This is that Mars Hydro Humidifier. Now guys, if you guys have got issues when it comes to drying and you really need to slow your dry down, a humidifier is a great way to do it. If you guys are drying too slow and you need to quicken it up, a dehumidifier is a great way to do it. So you can either raise your humidity or lower your humidity depending on your environment. And for me, I'm trying to get a really nice long slow dry. Usually I aim for 14 to 21 days. Anything within that spectrum of 14 to 21 days is ideal for me. But if you end up drying too fast, you lose a lot of the taste, flavor, and terps in your flower. So right here we got that Hulk's Breakfast. It's a beautiful, beautiful strain. It smells great. So we want to make sure we preserve a lot of the taste, terps, and aroma. And over here we got the Tahoe OG Cross, which is also a beautiful, beautiful plant. Looks amazing, smells great. And we want to make sure we maintain a lot of the terpene and taste profiles in these ladies. And by doing so, this humidifier is a great way to slow that down. But the main thing is to avoid things drying too fast. If these dry too fast, that's the fastest way to end up with hay smell and lose a lot of your terps. So what we're going to be doing is aiming for a 14 to 21 day dry with these ladies. With the last plants that I actually harvested, I got a 14-day dry, but that was before we got in this humidifier. And also during the summertime, I can usually achieve the 21-day dry, but during the winter time, it's a lot harder. But the key thing is, guys, that you want to make sure that you preserve all those flavors, terps, and cannabinoids in these ladies so that when it gets to the cure, you're not trying to bring back something that you've already lost. But all that said, I want to find out, how long do you guys dry your ladies for? How long do you guys hang them up and dry them for? Is it 14 days? Is it 7 days? Can you achieve a 21-day dry? Drop it in the comments down below and let me know. Because the truth be told, guys, the dry time is the most important time, but it can also mess everything up. A lot of people either make or break the entire run from that dry. So drop in the comments and let me know. Do you aim for the 7, 14, or 21? It may change depending on where you're at. But the beautiful thing is, guys, we got a little bit more space in these tents, and we've already popped 3 new ladies ready to flower. So make sure you guys are subscribed, smash the like, and hit the bell so you guys see the next time we upload, because we got tons more videos on the Seed to Harvest series, baby. And wait, if you guys want to find out more about growing that fire, then make sure you guys check out any episode on screen right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.